From the 105.9 Region Newsroom, the most trusted source for regional news, here's your information update.
Suspended Senator Patrick Brazo's troubles continue. Luminato moves north, and a Cornwall family goes after General Motors. Look for some overnight shower activity and lows of +1. With 105.9 The Region News, I'm Bob Pritchard. Suspended Senator Patrick Brazo will face charges of assault and uttering threats following his arrest in Gatineau earlier this morning. Gatineau police were called to a local residence for a domestic disturbance. When they arrived, they found a man and a woman in the midst of a physical altercation on the front porch. Police arrested the man and searched him. They say a small amount of a white powder was found on his person. Police will analyze the powder to determine whether it's cocaine. Brazo was booted from the Conservative caucus last year after he was charged with assault and sexual assault following an altercation with a former girlfriend. Earlier, he, Mike Duffy, and Pamela Wallen were suspended from the Senate without pay amidst of an ongoing investigation into improperly claimed expenses. Following outside audits, all three were ordered to repay thousands of dollars in expenses. A Canadian family is suing General Motors after their son was killed in a 2012 head-on collision while he was driving a 2006 Saturn Ion. The suit claims that the airbag in the SUV didn't deploy and that General Motors should have been much quicker to fix a problem that was known by the company for years before it issued a recall notice. The suit has yet to be recognized as a class action, and its claims haven't been tested in court. General Motors said previously that it doesn't comment on matters before the courts. Earlier this week, Metrolinx reached out to residents to find out what you think would help reduce crowding on the Yonge subway line. As Leslie Wu, Vice President of Policy and Planning for Metrolinx, says, the thoughts, ideas, and concerns of York Region residents are very much in the mix as the project moves forward.
Understanding from the citizens of York Region how they see the importance and the kinds of ideas they have about congestion relief with regards to the Yonge corridor is part of this first step. We've opened up the doors to say everything is on the table. Both how can we improve the existing transit system? What are the policy areas we can improve? So things like fare integration, service integration.
Vaughan councillors are putting their marketing minds to work in an effort to convince York University to build a satellite campus in the area's new downtown core, centered at Highway 7 and Jane Street. And although the city is facing stiff competition from some of its neighboring municipalities, council says they're pulling out all the stops to ensure that Vaughan has a good chance of landing at the top of the class. If the new campus were to be built at the Vaughan Metropolitan Centre, it could capitalize on a substantial transit hub, including the Spadina subway extension and the Viva Rapid Transit bus route, which would provide a direct link to York University's main campus, a few kilometers south at Keele Street and Steeles. For the first time in their history, the Luminato Festival has partnered with an arts organization and will be headed north to Vaughan. The work of artist Terence Coe will be featured at the McMichael Canadian Art Collection. For Tony Gaglino, co-founder and chair of the festival, the decision to come to Vaughan was an easy one.
I live in Vaughan. I have an office in Vaughan. I work in Vaughan. To me, Vaughan and Toronto are the same thing. I see Toronto, the greater Toronto area, as this whole area. And part of the original mission was to take the festival from the downtown core. We needed to create a critical mass. So the first number of years, critical mass, downtown, get the experience. But it's absolutely embedded in the vision is to take the festival out into different parts of the GTA.
Look for some overnight shower activity and lows of +1. Full details in just a moment.